Hi. Hello, my friends. Welcome to this month's collective tarot forecast for Cancer season. Just getting my deck warmed up here. Let me know where you're joining from and what your sun sign is. Let's get to know each other. I can see some familiar faces joining now. Hello, everyone. Time to open my channels with my higher self flower guide blend. This is a beautiful blend of flower essences that I have designed to help connect my higher chakras. Hey, Uber Eats delivery, cool. Is it busy tonight? So we're here to pull 4 cards for the upcoming season of Cancer, sun season, the next 4 weeks or so. I'm going to be pulling 4 cards to help us navigate the energies of this season. So we're going to be pulling in whatever order wants to appear. Physical selves, emotional selves, spiritual selves, and what am I missing? Physical, emotional, mental. Obviously, I'm lacking in that space tonight because I forgot. Hello, Martika. I got some cool new props tonight, guys. Everyone really loved my crystal harp video the other week. So, what's exciting is I'm going to be having some new toys appear in my shop. And the meditation chime is one of them. So let's cleanse the space. All right. Seeing some love there, that's nice. How are we feeling? We've hit a new sun season. How are we feeling? Tell me how you guys are feeling. It's already been watery for me. This weekend I was just straight in the deep end. Lots of emotions, lots of overreactions. That's so exciting. Yes, it is. I think I'm actually going to do a different video, just doing a full show and tell of what's going to be coming into my shop. But I have meditation chimes. I have some amazing tarot card accessories, some really awesome tarot card holders, some pouches, some tarot cloths. So yeah, exciting. So I think it'd be cooler just to like show and tell all of it. But I thought I'd start us off with these little meditation chimes because it's something I really love to do. It's a really powerful and easy way to clear the space. I've been flailing, resting and getting ready to focus again after solstice week. Yes, Martika, you had a huge week, an absolutely huge week. Creating and holding space, which is amazing. Yeah, I've been flailing. I was doing so well for a few weeks and now I'm just like, oh, everything sucks. Show and tell what an awesome idea. Yeah, I think it will be cool. I'm working on some merch as well, which is exciting for both of my brands. So, yep, things are happening. All right, I'm getting this deck warmed up. It's feeling pretty good. Not really problematic. Map glitching in Ocean Grove. Oh, that sounds about right. It's easy to get lost in Ocean Grove. It's so big there, and like so many new streets and stuff too. Lucinda, hello. Oh, you missed some nice fun. Let's do this again. I know you're a fan of the harp. I've got some nice meditation chimes here. All right, so Cancer, I've been meditating on this because I have a Cancer North Node, which means it's something that I'm here to understand at a deep level in this lifetime, in this incarnation. And I don't feel particularly in connection with Cancer energy, but like reflecting on it and just like actually immersing myself in it and feeling it this weekend, it's really, I want to say, the first layer of initiation into the feeling, but it's also the almost the deepest. Like we end up coming back again once we've gone through the 3 water signs. We end up back with Cancer again, and everything to do with family and home and heart, you know, is what's important. And to me, it makes sense that is where we end back up. Like where we end up again after we've gone through the actual depths of the subconscious waters, back up to the more superficial, like the first layers of the heart. Breaking through that first layer of the heart is like everything. And so that's how I'm feeling the Cancer energy at the moment, in my own life as well. Like really dealing with the most superficial of emotions, but they're just the most powerful to be able to like feel free enough to release. So they can also, you know, really control us, these emotional reactions to things, if we're not present in them and cognizant of what they're actually trying to teach us. But it's like that first layer of unlocked of the intuitive self, of the psychic self, of the emotional self. And so I'm keen to see what happens as we read these cards tonight, because yeah, a lot of vulnerability. It's the opening to vulnerability, and the working through that first layer unlocked is like working through our uneasiness with being open, with being vulnerable, especially in our emotional ways. Like, yeah. Okay. So I'm really keen to see how that reflects in these cards. And we've had a few more people join, so anyone else with their own reflections on this Cancer energy for this year, I'd love to hear. Because for me, it's been very visceral, like a flowing of waters. There's no way around it. And a real just surrender into like the release. Okay. I think physical wants to come first this week, this month. Just making some more room on my desk. Okay, let's do this, guys. Physical. How can we best nurture and care for our physical selves, honor our physical selves in this new sun season of Cancer? Show me the wisdom. This is a very interesting process of reveal there. Oh, okay. It's the Emperor. It's funny. Lots of people get like freaked out by the Death and Devil card, but when I see the Emperor, I go, there's some trigger in there for me. This is big Saturnian energy, big father energy. Father is the protector. He's the sacred protector. And while he can feel quite hard and stern and strict, it's always for our highest good, because especially with water, we could say this about the sacred feminine. Without a container and this is an intentional container. I'm not talking about oppressive kind of projected containers onto us. I'm talking about containers that we intentionally create for ourselves. Without a container, the feminine spills all over the floor. It has, you know, that can be beautiful, nurturing if that's outside onto the grass. I've heard other teachers say this too, so this isn't my own wisdom, but it's very like pertinent here for this card. We can feel very lost and very like we're losing ourselves when we don't have some kind of containment around our like fluidity, which is our creativity, our feminine aspects, our emotions, our flow. You know, we actually want the flow to be useful. So from a feminine perspective, I actually see this as being, it's like tough love. It's time so that we don't completely lose ourselves and get lost in our emotions this month. It's really important to actually be quite strict on ourselves. Not strict, but like have some really firm boundaries in regards to your physical health this month. That can be really useful. This could be about diet. This could be about exercise. They're definitely two things that I'm going to be trying to be more like firm with myself around this month. So this is very like, I relate to this card a lot. Just going to see if there's any other symbols standing out at me. Yeah, I'm seeing this like there's innate power in like emotional flow, but we do need to, it's not even contain it, we need to direct it. You know, like the presence of a really good father. He's not super easy on you, but he's not like strict or controlling. That sometimes can be an aspect for the Emperor, but I'm not feeling that today. It's more around having some boundaries with yourself and being firm on yourself to like live within those boundaries. But it's for your best and highest good. This is going to like progress you. This is actually going to direct your creative flow. It's going to direct your beautiful emotional energy so that's actually serving you instead of getting in the way, because we can get into some really reactive behavior physically when we feel like we're out of control in our emotions. I'm talking about like binge eating or like eating to make ourselves feel better. We can start having some like bad negative self-talk about our bodies. So it's actually an act of like love and an act of protection and an act of nurture to actually set ourselves these like boundaries this month. So we want to have some of that, think about like giving ourselves some sort of paternal kind of direction, like some rules for yourself, like some household rules that you stick to every day and that you honor, because you know you'll actually be proud of yourself by the end of it, just like your dad would be proud of you for like doing something you've set out to do or promised yourself. So it's almost like from a physical aspect this month, it's like a reparenting. We're going to be, you know, be a parent to yourself. The other thing that I wanted to say, which I wouldn't normally say go to the doctor or whatever, but I'm actually getting a sense with this one as well that sometimes that can also be being the responsible one. So if there's anything physical that you've been concerned about or wanting to take action on, this might be a good time to actually go see whatever professional you feel comfortable with that has that authority and training and expertise to like start you on a health journey basically. So you know, have that firm discussion with yourself, like, okay, how do I want to feel? How am I going to get there? What's holding me back? Let's go do this. Cool. That is the Emperor for the physical body. How does that resonate, guys? I'm glitching out into space. This is cool. Mental wants to come next. I love that message. I saw you on the juice train yesterday, Martika. That was very inspiring. Mental. Okay. Let me know, guys. Does anyone, firstly, anything fun happen on the solstice? Let's have a bit of a share. Were there any ceremonies or anything like that? I was part of one amazing ceremony. I was so busy and I had to go to the city, the actual city, Melbourne, with my cat this week. It was really difficult on the day of the solstice, but I had this like first kind of initial ceremony for a really important and intense training that I'm about to be undertaking, which was really exciting. It was a beautiful ceremony. It was absolutely beautiful. One of the most like amazing and powerful rituals I've ever been a part of, which has made me so excited for Tuesday when this all begins. It's like a shamanic space holding apprenticeship basically, which is super exciting. But yeah, tell me about your solstice, and if that's cool. Mental. Hierophant reversed. Okay, let me see this. This is funny. I think this is just a reflection on exactly what I was talking about. And this is one of the things about something that I'm developing at the moment, leaning into this idea, this concept of quantum tarot, that just like any other kind of what do you call those, like the angel numbers and stuff. Martika, what's the word for that thing that happens when you see these signs and it sparks like, oh my god, yes, I get it. My words are failing me, this sucks. I was just talking about actually undertaking an apprenticeship with a teacher. So this is the Hierophant like upright. This is when you're ready for that next stage of initiation, for development, and you seek a teacher. This is the Hierophant. It's reversed. So, well, I'm about to embark on this journey, and it's actually going to be a lot of my own unraveling, my own discovery of my own inner wisdom. I'm going to be guided through that and guided into that by a new mentor, which is super exciting. We don't necessarily need that. You don't always need an external teacher, because when the Hierophant reverse comes up, it means that you have all the knowledge and all the power within. Synchronicities. Thank you. Sorry to put you on the spot, Martika. You usually help me out with my words. Yeah, the synchronicities. Okay, so I'll get back to that. So you might be yearning to learn something new. This is the card for mental, obviously. You don't always need to sign up for a new course that costs like $4,000. You don't always need a mentor. It can be that it's time for you to actually pick up a couple of books and do your own self-study. It could be through a journaling practice. It could be through space holding with other people that you're starting to unravel new truths and new activations. So when the Hierophant reverse pops up, it makes sense that this is coming up for mental, because it is such an intellectually stimulating pursuit, this pursuit of spiritual advancement, that you need to be engaged mentally. And sometimes that appears upright when we're seeking that external activation, but other times it's by working with the inner store of knowledge, with that inner kind of wisdom vault to unlock and release new levels of knowing. So whatever tools, this could be through art, this could be through automatic writing, this could be through meditation, whatever it might be, self-study could be in order here. And we really want to, again, if it can actually be linked up to what our heart desires, so that we can go through some heart opening, in this water season, it would be really useful. Seeing if there's anything else. So I can see the keys you're referring to here, the keys at the feet of the Pope. I love that. That's a really cool Catholic symbol. I walk past a sign whenever I walk down the street with this I live near the Welcome to Town sign, and there's a sponsorship from the Catholic school. So they've got their symbol there and it's got those keys. So it's really fun when you start getting acquainted with the symbols of tarot and esoteric symbolism generally, how often you see these symbols out and about. It's really fun. They're more synchronicities. I love those. Wisdom tooth is flaring up, so it's time for me to shush. Nah, that's unlocking new wisdom. I love that. Took lad 25. No, I saw LSD. First time 23 years on Tuesday. Ooh, was that fun? Self-reliance for the knowledge we seek. Exactly. And it's also self-confidence, because so often we don't think we're worthy, or we don't think we know enough, we're not smart enough, we're not like accomplished enough to actually unlock our own wisdom. But it's not true. Like, it's absolutely not true. The only thing that is truth in your experience is your truth. Like, that's what confuses us. Other people's truth can really confuse us. So it all exists within. It's just a process of knowing and unraveling and unlocking, peeling back these layers of the onion. 100 sick. That sounds fun. Very fun. Did you see any cool shit? Let us know. Give us a trip report. That's a good teacher too. Like, you know, sometimes that might appear like this, but this is really about structured, hierarchical learning. When you're getting anointed, initiated by someone like of a higher level than you guys. Yeah. This inner teacher can also be unlocked through plant medicine, and it doesn't, and like psychedelics, synthetic psychedelics as well. It doesn't have to be a heroic trip. You can unravel amazing wisdom through working with extremely subtle energies of plant medicine, whether that's herbal teas, whether that is working with the lotus flower like I do, whether that is working with these guys. So activating, so like they unlock a lot, especially on an emotional level. These are like emotional waters that I'm working with here, these flower essences. They're another way that you can go on your own journey. So this could be as well having some of that mental structure too. So putting together, and this can work really well with this card. These are some very powerful masculine energies here to anchor and ground and contain this very feminine Cancer aspect. So structure is going to be really important here, and this can be self-set up structure. This can be creating your own new morning schedule. This can be, especially if you're where we are, but I think also Northern Hemisphere too. It's really important to see the light. Lucinda, I know that you are someone who loves waking up early with the light. I'm not one of those people, but I'm going on that journey this month to shift up my energy and unlock some new stuff. Treat it like any opportunity we get can be like a transformational portal if we're willing to create the structure of that portal and then create the devotional practice that pushes us through. So this is another thing to think about with this card, that it requires like mental commitment, and the mind is so powerful in pushing us to break through bad habits and like transform our beliefs. It's all in the mind, you know, everything is in here, but the mind is like the barrier, it's like the guard that we need to kind of negotiate to get through and access. Can't driving. Oh, sorry. Okay, one word answers. I appreciate it. I won't hassle you anymore. I love our own truth. It's given to us so beautifully by our higher selves. Yeah, and it's like, it's within us, guys. It is in our DNA, and that's why I love working with the tarot so much, because those aspects of like truth and wisdom and knowing that exists in us talk to the symbols of the tarot. They communicate with each other and kind of like bypass the mind. So when you can like train yourself systems of being a part of that conversation from that mental level, it's amazing. So tarot could be a good one for you to be kind of prompting that kind of like mentally aware unlocking process. And a lot of it has to do with curiosity and contemplation. So if you're not a great meditator, this is something I've learned recently, that not all cultures meditate. Like not all advanced spiritual cultures meditate. Some of them do contemplation, and that is constant meditation. It's sitting in that 0 point field in the center. being centered and seeing, witnessing everything that is, that is meditation enough. You know, if you can't sit there and turn your mind off for like 20 minutes, don't feel like you can't do it. You just need a different type of awareness, of clarity. And so contemplation is another way of doing that, and that is simply just being open to witnessing and allowing understanding, your own unique understanding, to appear for you to kind of unpack. I literally did that today. Unlocked a process to check the internal energies. I can't wait to share it. Oof, that sounds awesome. That sounds powerful. I love that. All right, next card, guys. Emotional. I wonder if we're going to get any female sort of energies here, or feminine. Okay, we're up to the card for our emotional selves, helping us navigate the Cancer season from an emotional perspective. All right, that one was the gentle fall. It is the Seven of Cups reversed. This is the realm of infinite possibility. This is actually the 0 point. This is the manifestation vortex. This is, if we were to imagine it in some other like energetic field, this is what it looks like. There is some kind of creator being, a faceless creator being. We can't see their intention, but in this sense, they have no intention. There's no good or bad will here. There just is a creator being whipping up 7 different timelines. And there's way more, but that's just all that fits into this picture right now. These 7 cups have 7 different desires, 7 different tracks that we could go on. And it's always up to us which one we take. And there's good and bad aspects of all of them. Some look much more exciting and like awesome than others, like this cool cup of treasure. Cup of jewels looks great. Like, oh, how amazing would that be to hold all those crystals? Then we've got some really powerful ones too. We have the snake. We have an angel. We have a scary one, the tower moment. We have beautiful laurel wreath of achievement. We have a dragon, some powerful cleansing, activating energy. And then at the very top here, we have a portal. This is like a veil. I've been tripped up by this one before. I'm like, look, it looks like a giant vagina, doesn't it? A big open, wide vagina. And it is. It's a portal. But it's also a veil. So it's this invitation to peer beyond the veil. There's so much happening in this card. So think about this, like, I love Abraham Hicks, the way she describes the vortex. It's an energetic vortex where if we've ever wanted something, if we're trying to manifest something, if we've ever wanted something, that thing already exists in our energy vortex. It's just that we actually have to create the magnetizing kind of like energetic force to pull it into our current reality, and to propel us to make that our reality, if that makes sense. So really in this field, everything is possible. We have to just decide what it is we want and align with the frequency of that thing. So if you're like struggling, and this was for emotion, so let's think about, the key to manifestation is to emotionally embody the feeling of that thing. Why do you want it so much? How's it going to feel when you have it? Like, what does it allow in your life? And what does everything it allows into your life make you, what does that unlock? What new feelings does that unlock? That's like a frequency in that heart space, and that's our biggest portal. The heart like chakra is the biggest portal. If we know how to work with that heart space, we can actually go shopping in this field and pick what we want. So it's really a powerful time. I said that's reversed, didn't I? We have to understand this and trust that we can have this. I'm in this boat as well. These cards are all talking to me right now. There's a lot I want to manifest, and so much there's so many emotions that I feel holding me back from what I want to do. And so much of it is to do with fear. What are we afraid of? It's something to sit there and ponder, contemplate. And then do we really believe? Do we believe we can go shopping in this like cool vortex like supermarket for what we actually want? Because it's right there. We can even meditate on this card and this vision and see the cup. So the cup is like the container for our heart's desires. The cup is a container for the water. This is how the cup contains how we want to feel. So it's like, let's hold that cup. Let's hold that cup. What does it feel like? What's the frequency, the unique frequency of that cup? And remember how it feels in your body, because that's the anchor. If you can embody that feeling and remember what it feels like in the body, at any point you can call that that memory in the body and help yourself to feel that way again. And the more frequently you can do that, the more frequently you pull stuff in. Now, I know this, I'm saying this from an intellectual perspective. It's much harder to do than just talk about, but I know it's possible. And it starts with the belief and then unpacking the fear. When I see these cards reversed, these cards are already in our collective vortex right now. We just have to do some work, some energetic clearing, some shadow work perhaps, in order to turn this card from being in our vortex but not within our reach to being, okay, I'm here ready for you. This is your reality right now. Let's go shopping. I've never thought about manifestation or even this card in that way, as these being like kind of like shelves in a store that you can kind of pick what you want, and like holding it can actually feel what it feels like. It's really easy to imagine, but I'm definitely going to anchor into that and like remind myself of this card. It's really powerful. So that's our challenge this month from an emotional perspective, to really feel into what it is we want and start finding ways to embody those feelings so they become our reality. Are you guys all on your manifestation journey? How are you going? Are you working through any blocks or fears at the moment? We've got one more card, the spiritual card. So we're going to pull one more card to help us navigate this Cancer season in our spiritual energy bodies. What guidance does Ruby, my tarot deck, have for us this month for our spiritual selves? What is the advice? What's the spiritual advice for this Cancer season? Okay. Oh, this is a really nice card. This is the Six of Wands. Martika, I was made aware today and reminded that in how would I try manifesting? Ooh, the feelings of gratitude for physical space and spaciousness. It was nice. But I have, okay, no inhaling. I have what I try manifesting. Yes. That's so true. I heard someone talk about that today on a podcast to do with money, and that stood out to me a lot. I'm also like learning about the power of the breath as a beautiful gift and blessing. So that's something we can actually anchor our breath to as well, that like we can be grateful for breathing, but we can also actually use our breath out, in and out, as a tool for sharing our gratitude with the universe, because we all breathe in that breath. But that's such a powerful point. You have what you try manifesting. Inhale away. Okay. Six of Wands. This is big. This is a really big, cool card, because what we're seeing here, we saw that wreath of the laurel wreath. This is a card of achievement. This is a card of celebration. And it's not so much party celebration. It's the esteem of people around you, of your peers. And sometimes spiritually we feel really alone. So we might not have a whole support team behind us being like, wow, you've really grown. We can see how much you've developed, how much you've like awakened, how much shadow work you've done on yourself. It might not be. There might be physical people or like people in your world around you that recognize that in you and tell you that that's amazing and how you're a transforming person. But even if you don't have that, you have your spirit team. These 6 wands, your spirit team, cheering you on as you and your trusty horse traverse this crazy world. This also is you. Look how proud you are. Look how much self-belief is in this person as she like travels through the town, like fully aware of what she's accomplished and knowing that people around her have noticed this too. And again, even if it's not people in your realm because they're not spiritual, the universe is noticing. Like the collective is noticing. This is really, it's a really beautiful time. And I think there's a lot of us doing this. I think there's been kind of waves of people awakening, and it's almost like a graduation. The people who've been maybe awakening over the past like 5 years have gotten to a point of high wisdom, and it's a constant process. You're never like completely awakened unless you've left in your rainbow body to another realm. But we definitely can check in with ourselves and recognize how far we've come. We can also be elevated within our communities and start to like feel the recognition from other people that you're in the position of a guide or a mentor or a leader for others, which is really beautiful. Such a beautiful affirmation that you're magnetizing people to you because they want to learn from you, which is just beautiful. So this is a wonderful time to actually recognize how far you've come. And of course, you're not taking your eye off, like the path continues. You're not going to stop here and be satisfied. There's so much more to learn and experience and grow with, but it's really important to just have some like moment of pause and reflection. It might be a time with your journal, it might be a little tea ceremony you have for yourself, it might be some candle time, it might be a bath, whatever it is, and just be like, yeah, I've come a long way and I'm doing really well. Even if I haven't manifested everything I want yet, I'm in a really good place right now. There's a lot I can find gratitude for, and I'm going to be recognized. If I'm not already recognized for the work I've done in the world yet, I will be soon. And no matter what, I know my guides are with me, the universe is with me, and they are proud and they're cheering me on. It's like a really cool symbol of accomplishment, this card. Accomplishment, progress, achievement, and celebration. So let's celebrate ourselves. I'll just see if there's anything else here. Yeah, it's really I'm really like looking at this girl who's just so intently looking at this woman on the horse. That's that mark of respect that people show leaders, true leaders, leaders from the heart, leaders from the spirit. And so if we're talking about the next stage, what comes next, there's a whole new wave of people, and it's going to be way bigger than any wave we've seen so far, of people just like waking up and becoming more spiritually aligned, and that being a really important pursuit for them. Just know that there's going to be people in your world looking for you, looking for what you have to share, your unique take. And I think it feels, I don't know about you guys, let me know what you think, but I think it feels like a safer place to share what we, like our authentic selves, our authentic beliefs. Like, it was a really, really hard time a few years ago to say what you truly thought or felt, even if saying it could have been really helpful for other people and it actually was for the highest good. It was such a dangerous environment to actually speak truth. But I feel like that's shifted now. It's almost like we're in a different timeline and people are actually seeking it. It's refreshing. It's refreshing to hear someone speak the truth or have a unique take that goes against what someone else is saying. And like we said at the very beginning, there's no one truth. Everyone's truth is unique and it comes from their own experience and their own like set of beliefs and moral codes and all the rest, and that should be celebrated. We shouldn't want everyone to think the same way. We all have a different mission. So yeah, just be aware of your beautiful, unique medicine. Celebrate how far you've come and how much you've evolved, and really now think about how you can serve others who were you only a short time ago. It's really easy when you start this process to feel completely disconnected from people in your world, that you, like, no one understands you, no one wants to talk about like the crazy shit, aliens and crystals and all the rest. It's really hard to have normie conversations, but also remember that was you at some point. Unless you were like born a guru, like that was all of us, and we need to have love for our baby selves. They're just mirrors of who we used to be and also how far we've come. So those people are on their own journey, and they'll be there soon. They might actually really value you speaking your truth and being in your truth, living your truth and doing that. Not even with pride. It's not about like doing it arrogantly or doing it from a place of ego. It's just doing it from a place of like knowing and confidence in yourself and love for yourself. It's really important. Some really cool cards this month. Martika, I love looking at the horse in this card. The green sheath is almost the field, and she's riding the field, not just a horse. Yeah, that's true, isn't it? It's like that connection to the ground. It's always fun to look at the shoes, and this woman's wearing yellow boots. When people are wearing like yellow, it's like this spiritual connection with the earth. So like, even though she's off the ground, she's on her horse, she's connected at the root with that horse, and she's got these yellow riding boots, which is really cool. Yeah. Any other thoughts about these cards? Yeah, there's some really cool messages, and some actually like quite grounded advice, at least for the early two, which is fun. Because I think in this kind of watery season, emotional time, it's good to have some grounded sort of frameworks to work with. Alright, I'm seeing lots of emojis. Thank you for sharing your feelings through the emojis today. That's been fun. Keep an eye out for my feed this week. I think it would be really cool to do a show and tell. I'm going to do it. I think it'll be fun. It'll probably be like on a Thursday, maybe Wednesday. And I'll show you what's new in the crystal or a tarot shop. Wonderful. Thank you, Natalie. You're very welcome. What else can I spook? I had a new podcast episode come out this week. It was with the amazing Evelyn Zool, one of my favorite people. I'd say she's one of my teachers. I love her. She is an astrologer. She's a hypnotist. She is a past life regressionist. She is very cool. She does so much stuff. She makes amazing birth chart art. She contributed to like this astrologically based skincare line. She's awesome. We had a really fun chat talking about hypnosis and astrology and the nodal shift and her journey using her own natal chart to heal from chronic illness, which is amazing to hear about, and the role that past life regression had in her own healing journey and how that inspired her to start that work professionally, which is awesome. And she shared some really, really cool experiences she's had on her own in hypnosis, and some, you know, general stuff from her clients as well. It's really cool chat. We also like touched on some cool stuff to do with the way hypnosis is used in psyops, so that's fun too. And she's quite knowledgeable on that side of things. So yeah, it's a good chat. That is the Initiates podcast. Go check it out. The link is in my bio links. What else can I tell you? And I've got new openings for June and July for any 101 tarot clients that want to join. I had my first student graduate from her course this week, which was really exciting, and it's such a fun course. It talks about, we do myth busting, we do the history of tarot, which is really a bit of myth busting in there as well. And then we go through the systems. I've kind of made my own way of teaching the systems I use to read. I'm definitely about everyone developing their own style of reading, but the foundational systems can really help you really fast track your tarot reading progress and get you really confident really quickly. So that's what I teach. I teach this foundational system of tarot, and the tarot that I'm working with is quantum tarot. I'm just out and out saying it now because that's what it is. It's using the tarot to tap into the quantum field and gain insight and understanding of what is happening in that field in the present moment and using it to your advantage. It's not fortune telling. It's so much more powerful than that. So if you're interested in learning that, hit me up, send me a message with your questions, or you can check out crystalauratarot.com. All right, I think that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining. If you've watched the replay, thank you for sharing your energy with us here. Your presence is felt. I hope that you have a beautiful, beautiful Cancer season, and that you aren't afraid to be vulnerable, to unfurl your beautiful heart lotus flower and allow some flow. As a lesson, crying is a kriya, crying is cleansing, but it's also an amazing teacher as well. So don't be afraid to, don't stop the flow, let it flow and take the lesson. And yeah, I will share the replay once I hop off. I love you all. Thank you so much. We'll talk soon.